Welcome to Plan Watch Walk, the home of great walking and open and honest equipment reviews. Today we are in the Scottish borders, still in the Cheviots, but on the Scottish border side, and the backdrop is just stunning. Looking forward to this one, but before we get going and see what excitement's ahead, let's have a look at the mapping. Hi there, just jumping in from the end of the walk. Cracking walk of views, tranquility, you've got height without having to climb too much. Yeah, enjoy. We start at Greenside, heading south over Hut Knowe, Whitestone Hill, passing an old fort on the way. Then we pick up the Pennine Way route before joining the street, an old Roman road. We then have a gentle descent to the conclusion of this walk. We leave England and head into Scotland. This is our backdrop for the day. We just come up the road and we've got Cheviot here on our left, and ahead of us we've got the farm and Green Hills. So as we park up by Green Hills here, we can start off by taking the road past Green Hills itself. How picturesque is this? So as we come over the wee bridge and we come up to the farm which is called the Yett, there's a turning on the right. We basically don't want to go straight ahead, turn off on the right and start getting up into the hills. Well, if you watch some of my videos, you'd probably hear me saying, don't forget to look behind. And that's the look behind where we've come from. Just tremendous. Do a bit of a pan round, and we've got all of this to ourselves. Just stunning. As if it was put here for you. And then if we have a look ahead, a path going up to the right, and we've got a path going up the side of the hill. And it's the one up the side of the hill we want. So just listen to the tranquility. We're up on top of Hut Knowe, and what a tremendous view we've got. Sorry for a bit of the wind. Pan round, and we're going to pick up our path. As we pull round, see the headland there, that's where we're going to be pulling back round and coming back down to the farm, centre of screen. Beautiful day, beautiful day. We've just passed Whitecross Hill. I'll put a map in the top right. See the path heading across ahead of us there. We're going to have a little detour because there's supposed to be remains of an old fort of some sort of fortification, some ruins, or maybe it's just imprints of land. So we're going to head over here and then we'll come back to the track and continue on our way. See ahead of us the site of what was the fort just to the right of the sheep pen, just to the south of where the old fort location is. We also have this dry stone wall in a sheep pen, all the different sections of the pen, and some cracking views. So here ahead of us we've got the location of the fort. As we pan around we can see the ditch which goes right the way around. There's a confronty edge where the fort was. And we'll have a look at the far side. You can just see ahead of us there side of where the ditch goes round. So location wise, although it's a bit windy, it is sheltered, but from a strategic point of view, you can see why they would want to put an outpost here. You can see for miles. Got a path ahead of us. We've got one last little push to get up on top of Callaw Cairn. Well, we've got up to the top of Callaw Cairn, and you can see the cairn ahead of us here. As we leave Callaw Cairn, you can see our path. We need to go over the slight ridge here, and then head along the ridge, and we're going to be picking up the route of the Pennine Way then. And then head along the ridge, you can see centre of the screen. Onward and more upward. We've joined the path just by that post. We're now on the flagstone path, and ahead of us we've got the path, which is nice because it's well boggy down here, and it's going to take us on. So, starting our track on the Pennine Way on this walk. We're continuing along the Pennine Way, and I'll show you the path. You've got to be a bit, well, not careful. I tend to find I get a bit mesmerised by the path and just focus on the path, because we can just see here a bit of a fork and the path continues. Just fantastic. Signposts. We've got we haven't really got any options, but it's nice to know. So we've come from Mozie Law, I don't know if we can see that. Pennine Way heads off, I'll show you that in a second. And we need to pick up Hut Brideway and the street. So we're going to be heading on to the street now, which is an old Roman road, an old Roman walkway. So ahead of us there, that's Pennine Way. And we're going to be branching off to the left here and heading up the street, and we're going to be on that route for quite a few miles, I would think. Yeah, ahead of us here we've got Pennine Law. As we pan round, peak just on the left there is Mozie Law, and as you can see, we're sort of in the middle of nowhere, and yet we've got this sign. Cars and motorcycles from the 1st of May to the 31st, sorry, 1st of April to the 31st of May. How strange is that? Anyway, do you see strange things at times? Let's continue our path down the street. The terrain's really nice for walking on, but what's so interesting is we're not moving very far, but the views you get, like here up the valley and things, and obviously across the fells we saw before, it keeps evolving and it keeps moving. We don't move very far, but the scenery just keeps on giving and giving. It's wonderful. As we continue on down the street, the views keep evolving and moving, which is just wonderful. And stop now, we're being serenaded by skylark down the way. So we can see where the path is, just over on the flank to the left centre. It's going to take us up on top of this rise ahead of us. And this is most pleasant walking. Walking along the street here is great. It's sort of pretty easy walking, but you're getting some tremendous views, and the panorama of it is just, it's tremendous. Great walking. Pretty much centre of the screen there, you can see the path that we've come down. We've continuing along the street. As I mentioned before, the scenery just evolves and moves. It's the same hills, but you get different views, different perspectives. It's wonderful. So we're going to head off left. The street continues straight ahead. We're going to head off left and see if we can find an old site of an encampment. Let's see what we can do. See a great deal there. Just see the outline. Try and zoom in. The outline is the actual where the fort was itself. But what is amazing from here is just this stunning. As we get towards the end of our trail down the street, we've got continue to have these fantastic views. Anyway, pulling back to the path itself, as we get down to the bottom of this gully we can see a dry stone wall. I'm pretty sure somewhere around about there we need to be turning left and heading down towards the we continue on down the street. We get down to this bottom here. We've got the dry stone wall going up the other side. Some bogs. We have a look over to the left here. It's not hedgehope. I'll put it on the bottom what it is, the burn. And our path just meanders its way along the side there. Continue to come down to the conclusion of the walk. Got some great views ahead of us. It's times like this you start doing a bit of reflection of the walk. And I think on reflection, I think this walk's, I'm going to remember it for two things. There's a few things, but two in particular. One's the tranquility. The hardly saw a footprint on the way up to the Pennine Way. Obviously, there's footprints along there. And then coming back along the street, there was no sign of anyone walking along there. And the tranquility and the views of this walk just been amazing. It's really good. It's one to stick on the bucket list, I would say, and lesser trodden, but find massive reward. So yeah, a little bit to go to get back, about half a mile now. And back to the start. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's as I said before, it's just the tranquility has been wonderful and the views have been pretty outstanding. If you like what we do, it'd be great if you subscribe. Thumbs up, comments, etc. are always good. Remember, there's a load more information on the website, planwatchwalk.guide, links below, and that will give you all the routing, the mapping and everything else inside there, and a load more. So until the next one, once again, thank you ever so much for watching. Until the next one, bye for now.